here for 3D Total Games on behalf of the UK Games Media Network.
Hello, I'm Michael Fox from the Little Metal Dog Show, also on the UK Games Media Network, but today I'm here in my grown-up adult job sort of thing as well. That makes it sound really rude, like an adult job, like I'm in the industry.
Well, it depends what sort of games you guys are in the habit of backing up.
Family-friendly games, dude.
Yeah.
Family-friendly.
Okay, so you're here for Game Salute, right?
Yeah, I'm here for Game Salute, which is my day job. I handle sort of day-to-day everything, kind of. So basically, sort of like customer contact, that kind of thing, and also the media stuff. So review copies and all that malarkey.
Sure thing. Okay, so Game Salute is you're a publisher in that people send you games, you publish them. You're a manufacturer, you're an advertiser, you're a distributor. Like, what is Game Salute? What's the sort of core of what you do?
Game Salute is a glorious, all-encompassing thing in the games industry.
Okay.
Basically, so Dan Yarrington is our founder, our CEO, and the idea behind it was originally, well, pretty much sort of almost like a news delivery service.
Okay.
And it's swiftly morphed into something a lot more than that. Making games, developing games, working with games designers in order to actually get their stuff out there. And the thing that allows us to do that, of course, is Kickstarter.
Okay.
However, Dan also has a background in retail. He has a whole line of stores, Myriad Games. They are obviously he's obviously well versed then in the retail side of things, and I think one day he just decided to jump into the other side and see what would happen. And here we are on the other side of the curtain.
Fair enough. And what's your part in all that? Because you said earlier you talk to customers. You talking about you speak with game designers who games are getting out, or people who bought those games. Like, what's your part of that?
I am basically the UK office. It sounds really grand. It's me sat in my living room on my computer every day doing work.
But in a grand way.
In a grand way. I wear a crown. I don't really wear a crown. I wear this hat most of the time. I will handle the day-to-day sort of custom comments. So people have questions that I can help out with, I'll answer them. If people need replacement bits, they can email us, and I'll make sure that the emails get to the right people. I also handle the media side of things, which is a relatively new thing, wherein if people need to request review copies from me, we'll get them sorted out, we'll get them sent out to people. If people have questions or want to do interviews, we can do that as well.
Okay.
And then sometimes I'll be drafted in to do other things, so like organise Kickstarter campaigns, get them set up on the site. Just generally, with Game Salute, there's an awful lot of we need people to do something. If you have the skills, please can you do that
around
for us?
bounce and get it done.
Yeah, which is great because it means that we are a company who have people who can adapt their skills to a lot of different areas.
Okay, so I mean, it sounds like you've done a lot of different things. What's sort of the strangest thing you've come across in the line of this, or the?
Oh, man, we have people who get in touch with us to say, hey, there's a problem with this game. That we had absolutely nothing to do with, or publishing or what. We have a lot of that. We have very strange games that we deal with. We also distribute games on behalf of loads and loads of people. Like, for example, Tiny Epic Kingdoms is coming up. A Duel Betwixt Us is about to start shipping next week, for example. Okay. So we don't just deal with games that we put out ourselves. Yeah. We put out. We will distribute and fulfill.
I see this powered by Game Salute logo appearing a lot of the place on Kickstarter. It almost feels like it's on every other game these days. I mean,
we do have a lot. We kind of knock it down a little bit.
Yeah. But so what's your level of involvement in that? I mean, do you get involved with the nuts and bolts, or are you just helping distribute it at the end? Or
it really depends on what people want from us as a company. We will do as much or as little as people want from a company standpoint. So if somebody just wants us to fulfill their game, if somebody just wants us to make sure that everybody who backed their Kickstarter gets a copy of their game, we can do that.
Okay.
And we do it at the cheapest price. We have a sister company called Ship Naked, which is basically a really stripped down, simple way of shipping your games to people.
Okay.
If people want a bit more than that, we can also help. We will help them with distribution across the United States and the rest of the world. We can help them basically, if they have a game idea, they can pitch it to us, and if we like it, we will help them publish that game.
So you get all the art together and all the manufacturing, everything except the design. If a designer's got a really good thing going,
we have, like I said, amazingly versatile staff, and in that staff we have some incredible artists, some amazing graphic designers who can put together beautiful projects like Alien Frontiers, beautiful things like Ruse. We have upcoming stuff. We have the new expansions for Nothing Personal, designed by Tom Vassell from Dice Tower. There are just some stunningly beautiful things. I mean, this, for example, this beautiful piece.
The amount of work that people have put into this. Yeah, I wanted to ask you about this in a minute. Okay, so you're talking earlier about getting involved from a publishing point of view, and having done game design and publishing myself, there's a lot of work goes into it. It's not the case that when the designer's done, the game is nearly finished. A lot goes into getting all of the art together, and there's still tinkering being done at that stage with like little bits of rules, and you end up changing components based on sort of the ergonomics and how it goes. I guess what the thing is, at the end of publishing a game, even if it's someone else's design, I would still feel like I owned that game. That would still feel like I'd put a lot into it. So is there anything that, from your end of view, you sort of look at a game and think of that as yours? Like maybe someone else has designed it, but all of the effort that went into publishing it and making it sort of put the Game Salute stamp on it.
I would say very much that Game Salute works as a team. We are dotted all around the place. Obviously, I'm here in the UK. Our main office is in New Hampshire on the East Coast. We have a Seattle office on the West Coast of the States. Our main artist, Dan May, is down in Australia.
Okay.
Yeah. Every day we have a meeting. We all fire up on Google Hangouts at 3 o'clock my time.
Oh, it's convenient. It's your time.
It's 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock my time is basically coming towards the end of my workday. But that's 10 o'clock in the morning for the New Hampshire guys, and it's doing the maths. About 8 o'clock in the morning, I think. Yeah, 8 o'clock in the morning for the Seattle branch. So it's not too awful.
Yeah.
We have this meeting every day. We make sure that everybody's got their stuff. We know we have an agenda. We go through it. But even though we're dotted all around the world, we are still a very sort of like close-knit group. We're still a small company.
Yeah.
We just look a bit bigger than that
because all the things you're doing.
Because all the things we do, we work our butts off to get things done. I'll happily address, there's been a bit of criticism lately that we probably took on a few more projects than we should have.
Okay.
And in all honesty, we probably did. But we're working on making sure that everything that we do is going to be delivered.
Yeah.
Admittedly, some of them might be a little bit late, and in that case, we apologise. We always say that we're sorry, but we always plan to deliver the very, very best project that it can be. We want to make sure that every game that we send out is the best game it can be. And whether that's Epic Death, which we just put out, which is amazing, fantastic dice and card game, whether it's the Nothing Personal expansions, which are going to come out like autumn next year, we want to make sure that every single thing is awesome. We have this thing that we have in the sort of background of our company, which is we make awesome games.
Yeah.
And I, honest to God, believe that we do make awesome games.
Have you played all of them personally?
Yeah. We make sure that everybody, no matter where they are, they have copies of all of our games.
Cool.
I will happily sit down and play like Alien Frontiers anytime, any place, anywhere. We've got one of my friends, one of our volunteers, is Simon. He's demoing it over in the other hall today. And he has not managed to get away from there since 9:30 this morning.
Yeah.
Because people just want to come and sit down and play it. Because it's a great game.
Yeah.
And it is undoubtedly our biggest game that we have. And we utterly love it. But we also know that there are other games that we have. For example, Ruse is one that we managed to deliver recently that, yes, it came out rather late. But
a late game is late once. A bad game is bad forever.
Do you know what? That's a beautiful thing.
It's
totally
not my
stealing
quote.
that.
I think someone in computer games said that first, but
it's a very, very good thing. That's a great way of saying it. We don't want to put out shoddy games because why the hell would you want to?
Yeah.
You want to put a game out that people are going to play again and again and again. That they're going to, bring into their family, into their gaming group. and will revisit and get back to the table again and again and again. And something like Ruse, something like Epic Death, something like Alien Frontiers, that is perfect. Even Emperor's New Clothes. You know, this, admittedly, some people might say that it's just a one-trick pony, but other people will use this again and again and play the games that's inside it, making up games using the material that's inside there again and again and again.
I think this repetition is the key thing, because from a designer's point of view, the best bit of feedback you can hear is, can we play that again? Can we play that again now? So, like, the fact you've got people playing your games over and over again, it's a fantastic thing.
Yeah.
Are you finding that with people that you work with as well? If you launch a game with someone, they do Powered by Game Salute, you distribute for them or you publish for them, do you find that person comes back? Do you have designers who are coming to you over and over again? Or?
We do have, for want of a better way of saying it, we do have repeat business, if we have a game, and I know I keep on going back to Alien Frontiers, but it's a great example, wherein we have Alien Frontiers, and then we have Tori came back to us, and we have factions, and then we have the faction packs on top of that. We'll be launching the Outer Belt, which is a new expansion designed by somebody else, but it's still part of the Alien Frontiers universe that Tori's had a hand in as well. So we have people who come back not just with one game, but with other games as well. And just saying, look, are you interested in this? And sometimes we'll say, well, it's maybe not the right fit for us, but we can put them in touch with somebody who it is the right fit for.
So is there a particular style to a Game Salute game?
Do you know what? No, there is no style to a Game Salute game, apart from the fact that when it walks out that door, it looks great, it plays great, and we have made the best product it can be.
Fair enough.
We will happily put out super hardcore Euro games. We will happily put out ridiculous loads of bits of mirror trash games. We'll put out party games. We've done a family game, Tiger Stripes, which is designed by Philip DeBarry, like noted designer. He did Revolution. He did a few of the AEG games in the Tempest series. But Tiger Stripes was designed by his daughter.
Okay. And
it's a beautiful family game. We have Goblins Duel, Fairies Rule, another lovely family card game that you can play with like 3 or 4 year olds, as long as they can rhyme. We just look for like quality, entertaining games, put our own little stamp on it, and hope that when it sits down on somebody else's table that they enjoy it as much as we do.
Fair enough. From sort of like a personal point of view, I mean, I get as a company that you don't have a speciality. You're not saying this is a Game Salute game, but from a personal point of view, you must prefer some sorts of games to other. I mean, what's really shown to you as an individual of the things?
I play so many games because obviously I have my Little Metal Dog thing, which is all about playing games and reviewing them. But I also play all of our Game Salute games, so I veer between the kind of things that I love. At the minute, one of the games, probably my favourite game that I'm playing at the moment, is Keyflower. Of course, designed by Richard Breeze, and it's a game that we distribute in the US. So, of course, I have my copy of it, and my God, it's good.
Okay.
I love it.
What makes it brilliant? Why is it?
I think it's because you always have options. There are secret targets that you can work towards as you play through the game. And in the final round, in the winter season of the round, those said targets are revealed, but you also see what everybody else has gone for. And that final round is all about trying to attain your targets while screwing over everybody else and potentially
jumping
in on them.
It's just really rich and meaningful choices.
It's so good. You always have options, always have choices to make. And I think that's kind of fired a bit of a Euro kick for me at the minute.
Yeah.
So between that, Nothing Personal, I'm loving playing Nothing Personal at the minute because I'm just getting into really cutthroat, nasty games. And Nothing Personal is totally cutthroat and nasty.
Seeing the look on your opponent's face when everything's gone wrong and you made that perfect move.
That's it. You know, you steal the capo ring from them and you slide it onto your middle finger and just sort of like gently sort of go, yeah, that's for you, my friend. It is just it's a wonderful game, and of course, like I said, we've got the expansions coming out. Second edition of it's going to be printed in the fall of this year. Sorry, American company, you've got to say fall instead of autumn. I do apologise to all British people. It's cool. I'm loving Eurogames, but then, you know, give me a couple of weeks, I might sit down and just
find something else.
Demand to play a whole bunch of Ameritrash.
Well, it sounds like you're playing, between doing the Game Salute thing and the reviewing thing, you're playing an awful lot of games.
Yep.
And you see a lot of repeated mechanics and repeated ideas, and some executions are better than others. When's the last time you saw something that struck you and like, that's really original, that's something I've not seen before?
Well, the easy answer for that, I'm going to say, is Dominion.
Okay.
Because, of course, it's deck building. It was a completely...
It created a new genre that's gone on...
That's it. And Donald X Vaccarino. What does the X stand for? It must be Xavier.
I have no idea. I've not looked in the rulebook.
Donald X-Men Vaccarino. That's probably, that obviously ushered in a whole new series of games.
Yeah.
A whole new series of just mad things. I think for me the biggest innovation that we've seen recently is probably the jump into iOS stuff. Obviously we have the Alien Frontiers iOS app, that kind of thing. So digital tablet gaming is very, very big. It's probably the big innovation for me. A new actual proper innovation in tabletop gaming though is very, very rare.
Yeah.
Like insane. It's rare as hen's teeth. What I really like to see, from a personal standpoint in gaming, is if you are borrowing a mechanic or a mechanism from somebody else's game and you're bringing it into your own game, I just want to see it done well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, borrow this from here, borrow that from there, borrow that from there. That's fine.
There are no new ingredients, but you want a better stew.
That's it. A great stew is a great stew. It's still full of carrots and potatoes and beef, and I'm all right with that because, man, carrots and potatoes and beef are awesome.
Been using them for a reason.
That's it. So yeah, just a well-crafted game just shines through, and I will happily put something like Keyflower in there, which is just gorgeously crafted. Something like Snowdonia by Tony Boydell. Again, a beautifully crafted game that you can see it has its roots in something like Agricola, but it's just so well put together. And you just go back to it again and again and again. It's that repeated play thing that we mentioned earlier on.
Also, as an industry, we're refining towards better and better games.
I would hope so. I mean, but
is that what underlies the cult of the new? Are we sort of making a lot of genuine improvements? Or?
There's always going to be a cult of the new, because as gamers we are spectacularly and gloriously fickle.
I'd agree with that.
Because we just like buying new games.
Yeah.
That's it, stop being fickle, man. We like buying new games, we like playing new stuff, because there's always going to be something new out there that could potentially excite us and become a new favourite. Yes, there's always a bunch of people who will always sit down and play the same thing every time.
I guess that sort of mind's never got to games. It's still playing chess and becoming a grandmaster at that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But
no, there's nothing wrong with that, because that's fine. There's a place for everybody in this gaming world. There's a bunch of guys at London on Board who I think played Battlestar Galactica every single Tuesday for like 5-6 years. And it's like, dudes, mix it up a bit. But no, they're happy and let them be their thing.
It's a really good game.
It's a really good game. But it's the same people.
Get to the point they really know each other's ticks and tells, though.
But there you go.
Imagine they sit down for 5 seconds and go, those two are Cylons.
Doesn't that make it perfect, though? Doesn't that make it the perfect game for them, where they're trying to hide their Cylon-ness inside?
Yeah.
But, if people want to play one game every single day, every single week rather, for 5 years, more power to them. That's great, because they found something that they love. If people want to play something different every week, then also more power to them, because they will find something that they will go back to.
The bottom line is bringing joy. It doesn't matter how it works, but that's what we're trying to do.
That's it. At the end of the day, the main thing you've got to remember is that we are playing games, and the operative word in that is playing. This isn't work. This isn't business. We are playing things, and we are doing it for joy. We are doing it to entertain ourselves, and I hope that people will see the games that we do and take that as part of it, and they get entertainment, they get joy from what we make. So yeah, thank you very much indeed for playing.
I wish you all the best with that. It's been great talking to you.
That's good. Thank you very much, man. Let's go.